What's up, guys? We're back with another video. Today I'm going to be breaking down how we're currently closing leads from cold traffic at 80% all across the board. As always, I want to start off with a Bible verse. So Proverbs 16:3, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. As I just mentioned, this is literally straight direct to consumer cold traffic that we are closing at extremely high levels right now. And I want to start us off by just kind of talking about what we hear from a lot of the home service businesses that we talk to. A lot of times, the conversations when it comes to their lead flow and the type of leads they're bringing in, they say that it's a lot of tire kickers and people who aren't really serious, but it's framed in a way to where it's uncontrollable, and that's just really not the case. That's not what we've seen, at least. And we feel like you're able to control the people that are coming through your funnel, and so I'm just going to kind of break that down. But the best way to do that is by starting with the path that most businesses are taking. Okay. And so I'm just going to go path one. This is going to be running some type of ad to cold traffic like we have been. And they are funneling this traffic to just a very generic landing page with a very generic form. And so when the cold traffic is getting to this page, all they're having to answer is name, phone number, and email. And there's no commitment here. Pretty much anyone is going to be pretty comfortable answering these three questions. Like, to get access to pretty much anything these days online, you're going to have to put in your name, phone, and email. So that's just a no brainer. There's really nothing there that is pushing them towards a decision. And so you're not warming them up at all. This lead is just as cold as when they first saw your ad. And so they're getting this cold lead through their funnel. The contact is coming to them. They're calling. They're trying to set a quote, and maybe they set it, but it doesn't close, or maybe they can't even get it set. The lead goes unresponsive. But anyways, they're getting these tire kickers that are coming through their funnel over and over and over again. And what this is actually doing, if you're allowing these people to get through your funnel, this data is being sent back to Meta or Google, whatever your ad channel is that you're using. This data is being sent back to them as a conversion event. And so that's telling them, okay, this is good, bring more of those people. And that's why it's kind of screwing the ads that you're running right now. And so just like the typical like cold traffic from someone who's just doing it at a very basic level, they're going to close 20%, maybe 30%. And so these red ones, these are people who are they're not closing. The two green ones, those are the ones that actually do close, that are actually serious leads. And you can maybe add one more here in the green spot. But basically all you're doing is just sending bad data to your pixel over and over and over again, and just inviting your platform to keep sending you more of those people. And so that is why you can't just go as simple as name, phone number, email in your form, because it takes no commitment. And so when people talk about the tire kickers and their lead quality, one of my first questions is going to be, okay, so what are you doing in your process to qualify them or filter them out? Because yeah, this is a, hey, everybody come in, and that's not what you want, because that's not what's going to make you money. And so what we are actually doing, so path two, is we're doing the same thing. So cold traffic ads, except when they are getting to our landing page, we are immediately qualifying them. And so this is a process called pixel conditioning. And basically what we are doing is training our algorithm to only send us serious buyers, send us serious people. And so this is allowing us, I know earlier in the video, I talked about a lot of the business owners that I talked to, they discuss their lead quality as if it's uncontrollable. And like I said, that's just not the case. You actually are able to control the type of people that are coming through your funnel. And so what we are doing is we're going to be asking them what type of project they're wanting done. We're asking them what their budget is. We're asking them when they want it done. And you can see on these, this is a screenshot directly from one of our CRMs for a client. And so you can see, and it's actually a business that I own equity in. But anyways, you can see. So this is March 7, March 6, March 6, March 6. All these leads coming in. We're getting the exact project. You see their budget. So $5,000 to $10,000 budget, $15,000 to $25,000 budget, $10,000 to 15, 5 to 10. And so I just want you to kind of think in your head, what is going to be a more serious person, a more high intent lead? Someone that the only commitment they have is to tell you their name, phone number, and email, or somebody who is going as far as telling you what type of project they're wanting done, what their budget is, and then also when they're wanting it done. Obviously, it's going to be the second one. And so when these are the type of people that we are allowing through our funnel, first off, what we're doing is we're repelling all of the bad buyers. Okay. Like, we are repelling anybody who is not serious. If someone who is just, they're just shopping around, they're price gauging, they're just going from website to website trying to get some ideas, if they see these questions right away, they are completely turned off and they are not going to fill it out. And that's perfect, because that is exactly what we want, because we do not want these people, first of all, we don't want them getting through our funnel because it's going to waste our time. But also, we don't want to send any data that is saying, oh, these are the type of people that we're welcoming. So that's the first thing. But then also, as I mentioned earlier, now that we are attracting more of a high intent lead, a high intent person who's a little more serious, the data that we're sending back to our pixel, whether it's Meta, whether it's Google, they are now going to go out and fetch more of those type of people, because we're telling them, hey, we are only focused on getting people who have this type of intent behind them. And I will say, like, yeah, in the beginning, maybe it's a little less volume. Like, obviously, you're going to get a lot more people who are willing to give you your name, phone number, email. But it ends up working out in the long run, because you start seeing what works, you start getting the leads to your funnel, and then you just scale up your ad budget, and then you can get more volume anyways. And so that's the whole thought process behind it. And so by doing this, we have been able to see that the leads that are coming in, like, they're pretty much ready to buy and open their wallets. And obviously that is what we're wanting. And so boom, we finish up with that process. Then as soon as they fill out the form, we have our automations that are getting sent out. And so this is just immediately sending them a message, letting them know that we're going to be contacting them soon, introducing ourselves. We have a member of our team send them like a selfie style video. That's going to happen right away. So these are all things that are kind of going into that process of closing at the rates that I was talking about. And then from there is where I feel like we are able to kind of boost those rates even more, is when we go into our pre-frame. And so we do something called breakout videos. I actually learned this from Jeremy Haynes, watching his YouTube videos. And he does a lot of like online high ticket stuff, but I've brought it over to some of our clients and I found it works the exact same. And so basically what we're doing is, as soon as they fill out this form and they get to our confirmation page, it is just flooded with questions that just the typical consumer might have when it comes to using some type of landscaping company or painting company. And so they just scroll down this page, and it's just every question they could possibly have is getting answered right then and there. And so it can be questions about money, so pricing, questions about warranty, any questions they might have about our process, any questions that they might have about like the timeline for the project. All these are being handled. All these objections are being handled up front. And so now when it comes time to like our actual quote process, we aren't having to address any of these anymore, because the person, they already know like the answer to those types of questions. And so all we are doing is coming there, almost, we like to frame everything as like a consultation, because all their questions have been answered already. We are just able to come to them with solutions on how we can get this project done in the best manner possible. And then the last thing that I feel like really is obviously going to help a lot is just going to be speed to lead. So you got to get to your leads in 5 minutes or less. You can literally double your close rates just by doing this. And this isn't like a super crazy thing. And I feel like, honestly, all of this stuff is pretty like simple and straightforward, and something that you can literally go implement today if you wanted to, and it'll help your business incrementally. But yeah, path 2 is the way to go. You have to qualify people. You cannot just allow anyone to get through your funnel, because you're just going to bring bad leads over and over and over again. And so just by adding these filters, adding automations, and then again, having the pre-frame to just handle all objections before you even go to your quote, I promise you, you will be able to get that close rate to something crazy. I'm not going to promise you 80%, but we're currently seeing 80% right now. We're literally printing money with ads, and that's what I hope you can do too. So hope you enjoy this video. Like and subscribe, comment if you have any questions. And then if you do own a home service business and you want to work with us, I'm going to leave a link in the description and apply and see if we're going to be a good fit.